Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's time to continue our exploration of this brand new universe as we watch Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 2, Soul Hunter. I really enjoyed the first episode, throwing us in the deep end, a lot of interplanetary politics, setting the stage for what I can only assume is going to be a very tension-filled Season 1, or series. Who knows? Before we get started though, friends, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time we go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do, Babylon 5 included, that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to take to a brand new set of stars as we watch Babylon 5 Season 1 Episode 2 Soul Hunter. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Okay, so we have I'm assuming a larger ship sending a shuttle, maybe?
From Starliner Asimov to outbound.
Starliner.
Commander Sinclair, it's good to see you again.
And you. It's been a while. This is my first officer, Lieutenant Commander Susan Ivanova.
Susan.
Ran into Dr. Kyle at the transfer point on Io. He sends his regards.
He's really looking forward to working with the president. It's a great opportunity.
Well, with so many aliens migrating to Earth, we need more people like him back home.
His name is Stephen Franklin?
Okay, what have we got?
Unidentified ship coming through the jump gate. Frequency still a wet, star drive. Doesn't match anything we've seen before.
How long before it comes out of hyperspace?
Right now.
Oh, here we go. It looks wicked.
Commander, it's on a collision course, heading straight for us.
Take it out. You got guns, right? It's beat to hell.
It was the dawn of the third age of mankind. Supportive call, home away from home for diplomats, hustlers, entrepreneurs, and wanderers.
I like how hustlers get like pretty top billing. Susan Ivanova, Michael Garibaldi. It's going to take me a bit to get a hold of all. I'm not even sure I've met all these people yet. I probably have, but... As the Soul Hunter.
First contact protocol, Lieutenant Commander, only when conditions present a clear and present danger. If this is a new technology, a new race, I want that ship intact.
This is not a clear and present danger?
Directed by Jim Johnson. I'm going to start...
1 minute, 30 seconds to impact.
Do we have tractor beams, I wonder?
1 minute to impact.
Closing in. 20 feet.
Cool shot.
Negative contact on grapple.
40 seconds.
Activating grapple.
Sinclair, man, this is cutting it a little close, buddy.
I'm not getting it.
10 seconds.
If I don't get it on the next pass, you'll have to destroy it.
Understood.
This is entirely too close.
Got it.
Heading for flight bay. Tell Dr. Franklin to have the med bay standing by.
Woo! I'm not sure I agreed with that. I might have been ordering the destruction of that craft.
Meaning someone attacked his ship.
One more hit and it would have cracked like an egg. Can't tell from the damage if it was raiders or something else. We have no idea who he is, what he is, or where he came from.
I have seen many kinds of flight, Commander. Perhaps I can help identify him.
We'll take all the help we can get.
That was unnecessarily intimate.
Have you finished going over his ship?
Not yet. Parts of it are sealed. I don't want to laser our way in until we know what's inside.
Shock dot. Shock dot. No! What are you doing?
What's the matter with you?
Jesus.
Put it back in the ship. Shoot it into space. Fire it into the sun. But you have to kill it. Quickly. You don't know. You don't know what that thing is?
No.
It is Shag Tot.
Shag Tot?
It is a soul hunter. Get it off this station, Commander.
Like a Grim Reaper?
Before someone dies.
Interesting.
I apologize for my behavior, Commander.
For my complete loss of cool, yeah.
Even as children, every Minbari is taught to be careful, or the soul hunter will come in the night and steal their souls.
Why? What do they get out of it?
An object for their collection. They have the power to steal your soul at the very instant of death. Not every soul. Only those they consider to be of sufficient value. As long as the soul hunter remains here, everyone on this station is in terrible danger. Send it away.
Really cool character designs for these aliens. I mean, the dropped ears, that's one thing, but like that splash, that almost like birthmark or whatever that is on the head is really cool.
Hey, officer, how are you? Okay, step right up. Here we go, here we go.
All right, here's my crowd, everybody.
Okay, place your bets, place your bets. Here we go. One red ball, 3 cups. Remember? All she do.
Well, he can hear it. So is the hustler the target?
We've had nearly a dozen ships asked to leave the station immediately. And some of them weren't due to leave for weeks. The one thing they have in common is they're all aliens.
Maybe we should put some weight in the idea that all of the aliens are saying that this guy's bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, son. You're a loser again.
Who would have thought a game of 3-card Monty would go wrong? Oh shit. What you doing?
This is MedLab 1. I need a translation team stat.
No. I have been to your world.
Really?
Can you feel it?
Feel what?
Low, quick, muffled, terrifying.
I'm very intrigued by the Soul Hunter character. I was gonna say, keep running, buddy.
It comes.
So they can obviously sense death.
We have the perp in custody.
What about the victim?
En route to MedLab.
I'll be there in 1.
Roger.
Now is the Soul Hunter gonna steal this guy before, at the point of death, like she said?
Can you see it?
No,
Someone kill that speaker.
Someone flood that with something that will knock him out.
Gone now. Gone. Gone.
Did he take it?
If you could only see. If you could only see.
This guy's good. I like the Soul Hunter.
I'm going to ask you again to identify yourself. Who are you? Where are you from?
Who attacked you?
What happened to your ship?
There we go.
Check the MedLab records. The stabbing took place at 11:02:13. Your reactions at exactly that moment show you knew he was dying. How?
Throw him off the ship.
Who wants to admit to being a thief? A stealer of souls.
We are not thieves. We are preservers.
Of souls?
The Minbari don't seem to think so.
Minbari, pale, bloodless, look in their eyes and see nothing but mirrors, infinities of reflection.
This guy's good.
Only the special ones. Leaders, thinkers, poets, dreamers, blessed lunatics.
Blessed lunatics.
But the idea of taking someone's soul...
Ridiculous, yes. So let me go.
Yeah, what can you hold me on?
What is it between you and the Minbari?
Jealous, selfish, private. We have saved only a few.
Oh, wow.
Rarest of all, their leader, Dukat, dying. Your fault, your war. We came, others. They made a wall of bodies to stop us.
So they're trying to keep the special souls of contributors, I guess, to the universe. I mean, it's a noble thing, but I mean, where are you stopping the soul going to?
But your presence here is disrupting this station and causing tension among the alien population. They consider you to be a clear and present danger. You can stay in the ISO lab until your ship is repaired and you're fit to travel. As soon as that happens, I want you off this station. Any questions?
Can we get a translation on that? Is it like a meditation, a prayer, or like a curse?
Have the next of kin signed off on the death certificate?
Yes, they can't afford to send the body home.
To the stars we came, and to the stars we return, from now until the end of time.
It's like putting a body overboard. Oh, they send it towards the sun, okay.
Typical human lifespan is almost 100 years. It wouldn't be so bad if life didn't take so long to figure out. Seems you just start to get it right and then it's over.
Good line.
If we lived 200 years, we'd still be human. We'd still make the same mistakes.
You're a pessimist.
Realist.
I'm Russian, Doctor.
Oh, shit. I mean, with Ivanova, I assumed that she was Russian, but I didn't know that she was going to actually refer back to it.
Before you leave, I will search your ship, rip every panel, tear up every floor. I will gut it from end to end until I find the souls you have stolen from us. They will join with the souls of all our people, melt one into another until they are born into the next generation of Minbari.
So it's like a reincarnation thing they believe in.
The soul ends with death, unless we act to preserve it.
That's your belief structure. Her belief structure is different.
You were there at the death of your leader, Dukat.
We stopped you from taking what which you have no right to take.
You stopped me from saving him. I failed because you stopped me. They called you Satire Dilen of the Great Council.
Satire?
What is one of the great leaders of the Minbari doing here playing ambassador?
Oh, she's a great leader, eh? I mean, guess if she was by this Ducat.
Med alert! ISO Lab 1. Med alert!
We need bigger guns. I feel like everybody's like wielding derringers. We haven't had a lot of music scores in this. I like that this guy's getting his own. Right, hauling ass away from here.
Be at peace, my children.
This is creepy, man.
Anything inside?
Negative. Whatever was there, he's got it now.
My guess is he'll head toward the alien sector, assuming he hasn't already done so. He'd draw too much attention elsewhere.
Only thing I can't figure out is why. Even if his ship were operational, he can't leave anyway.
He doesn't want to leave. Look at these aliens. They're great. Really cool. Really.
A guide to this place. All the secret ways. Corners, tubes, places to hide.
Requires level 5 security. Earthers only. Very expensive. You can afford.
I must. A soul will be lost if I do not act. This I cannot allow.
Okay.
Nothing scheduled.
Don't tell me. Tell that.
I like it's kind of like Mass Effect relays. It's another one of their ships.
I must dock at once. Someone is about to die.
And if we refuse access?
Then there will be more than one.
Okay.
Who are you here to see?
I am here to see you, Commander, and quickly, before it's too late.
I'm digging the entire Soul Hunter concept. That's a real interesting like take on. It's unique. I like it. That was the shot from the beginning. Wanderers.
You said you had to warn me.
About him. I fear he is disturbed. Deeply, deeply disturbed. Every moment he remains here places this station in terrible danger.
So is he trying to like actively kill and then harvest souls?
I have come for you, Satire Dilen, to save your soul.
Dylan, you need to get out of here.
He was always fragile. Then he became obsessed with the fear of losing souls. One day he said he'd found a solution to the problem and vanished.
Make his own souls.
To stop waiting for death.
Make it himself.
Now when he finds someone worthy of preservation, he does not wait, does not risk. He kills them to capture their souls.
This is really cool. This is a really interesting take to me.
We've tracked him to a dozen worlds, arriving too late, and others have paid the price.
Were you the ones that attacked him?
We almost captured him 2 days ago, but he escaped. His ship damaged.
You and the others
She's still breathing.
failed to preserve your leader. His wisdom, knowledge,
Very good episode.
your soul. One of the Grey Council itself will atone for my failure.
Yeah, he's gone because if he thinks that like his group, he knows that his group attacked him, so he's just conveniently forgetting about these things, or he thinks that they're
forever in here.
Yeah, he's mad. Cool.
No! Let me go!
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before.
I could just take it. I could rip your soul from your body. A clean transfer. I do not wish you any discomfort. You will feel as if you are falling. Do not be afraid. I will be here to catch you.
This guy's done a great job. He's creeping me the fuck out. So he's killing her.
The soul hunter is never wrong.
Here, you say you can sense death. You're drawn toward death. Here.
Where? Yeah.
Quickly, here.
Did you lie, dude? He lied. That sumbitch lied.
You two take the section below. Garibaldi, you take this level. I'll go topside.
Lock and load.
Lock and load. Let's get her. Lock and load our teeny pistols.
Enough for a glimpse into your soul.
He bullshitted them. He's going to go get this guy, the other soul hunter. Maybe he didn't bullshit him. I don't know.
Delay.
He didn't. Should have taken some time to aim there, buddy. That first one needed to do it. Now, can they get their souls taken? Because that's karmic justice right there. If this guy dies around that soul sucker or whatever that machine is.
Why do you fight for her? Don't you understand? She is Satai. She is Satai. They're using you. They're using you.
Really? Well, the Minbari and humanity have been fighting, but she seemed pretty much on the up and up.
I never meant any harm. Listen to me.
But these are people like he killed.
My children.
I knew it. Creepy and cool. Very much like it. Is that his? Yeah, you can see him. You can like a 3D image of him in there.
She has a strong constitution. Amazingly strong, really. I mean, losing that much blood would have killed a human.
Something?
Do you think you can be a little more specific?
I'm not sure.
I think our guy likes her.
I knew
it'd be you.
You would come. We were right about you.
Who was right?
Whatever she had to say, we'll wait till she's back on her feet.
Yeah. But I'll bet you half a year's salary she doesn't finish that sentence.
Is he gonna give the soul to the other soul hunter?
Satai. Honorific. Title applied to ruling body known as Grey Council.
Grey Council.
Why would a member of the ruling body be assigned to ambassadorial duties? That's like assigning the vice president.
Unknown.
It can wait. There's always time.
I don't like the way that sounded.
Babylon 5 is off limits to soul hunters. I know you're doing what you think is best, but I can't allow it. Not on my station.
I understand. We are rarely welcomed.
Yeah, I mean, you're bringing death.
If I may ask, what happened to my brother's collection?
Life's full of mysteries. Consider this one of them.
She broke them all. Unless she keeps his, which would be effed up, and I would be so here for it if she keeps his. I like how we go to the credits and there's still audio coming in. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 2, Soul Hunter, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Soul Hunter, the second episode of the first season of Babylon 5. This was a strong episode. I think the premise of the Soul Hunter is what absolutely sold me on this one. We didn't even have, what's his name, in this at all. Who was our Centaurian? Londo. We didn't have Londo in this one. We didn't have Jakar. And this was a very specific one for the Minbari ambassador, the Satai, whatever ruling, the Grey Council. Get a whole bunch of shit in this one for the background of what exactly we have going on. It's interesting. Sinclair did say, I want to mention this before I forget. Sinclair said, we always have time. That is a foreshadowing of the highest order if they intend to do something to somebody, especially like whether it be the Minbari or whether it would be Sinclair himself, thinking, I've got time enough to handle this. This was kind of an episode that was very interesting in that it spoke of mortality, which is an interesting thing to get into so early in a series. And not necessarily the idea of death, the idea of a death of a principal character. We've seen that before. Expanse. But, again, the ideas associated with death, that's a very heavy topic to bring in so early. You're dealing with faith. You're dealing with, we understand now the Minbari have an idea for sort of a collective consciousness and a rebirth, a reincarnation. If she is to be believed, which he said, when the soul goes, it joins with the other souls, it combines the energy, and then that energy is a pool in which is drawn from to create the new lives that are born into the being Minbari, presumably, which is an interesting take on reincarnation. Again, we learned a bunch about them now, and now with the soul hunters going around, at least we had the rogue soul hunter who he was gone. He had fallen into a bit of a madness, and I think it was very interesting that it was a duty-born madness. He was prevented from doing his duty and getting to Dukat, who was the Minbari leader, and so he couldn't capture that soul to preserve it. And so, with I guess some successive failures in not getting to these souls, it drove him to the point where he felt so much guilt for not getting there. He had to kind of make amends for that. And his decision, in his madness was, if I see a great purposeful person, I'm going to kill them and take their soul to make sure it's not lost, which is, that's a workaround. But, I look at the rogue soul hunter just for that. It was a bastardization of what the general principles were for the soul hunter. Now, when we got the second soul hunter that came in and kind of really gave us the nuts and bolts about what was going on and gave us like their idea where it's, we don't want these incredibly important people who carry so much weight and galactic importance, or the possible for, the possibilities for progression, the possibilities for evolution. They talked about great, kind of orators and statesmen and thinkers and things like that. And so, wanting to preserve that, it's a noble gesture. I understand that again, but you're looking at a warring belief system based upon the afterlife, which is so prevalent in even our society. Religion has caused more fights than anything out there. And having that religion, which is essentially what this is, you're dealing with the based idea of what happens to the body after death, or what happens to the soul after death. And so, the soul hunters believe this is the way to do it. We need to preserve for the future this knowledge, this everything. But again, no wonder so many of the alien races do not, or all of the alien races do not support this, because they have their own belief system, their own ideas. just like the ambassador, the Minbari ambassador, Satai, said that, again, it joins that reincarnation kind of collective, that pool that is used for the future, descendants and things like that. But, that's a really, I mean, think about humanity. There's so many different ideas across the religions of humanity that deal specifically with the afterlife. And even, if you're talking about like an atheist, someone thinking there is nothing after death, I certainly don't want you to, prolong that, by some type of like, in many ways, it's almost like putting the soul on life support. They're going to keep them in these little cells and not let them go anywhere, much like somebody that might be terminally ill. But if you put them on like, God forbid, like a feeding tube and, breathe for them and keep, their heart running and everything. To me, it's the same type of conundrum that you're in here, because to the soul hunters, they feel like they're doing, God's work or whatever. To everybody else, it looks like they're impeding the natural progression of things. Interesting. For episode 2, that's some interesting shit. And that leads me to my final thought about this. When you approach something like this, obviously these are all storyboarded out. They didn't just say, hey, this week's episode will be this. We're dealing with serialized developments and a serialized narrative. So with that serialized narrative in play, and this was a little episodic in that it was kind of standalone, but with the idea that what happens in this episode carries through to 3, 4, 5 seasons or whatever it happens to be, you are establishing something very early. Again, like they're storyboarded out. I just would like to have been in that creative room where they're like, let's deal with the afterlife. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it's like a third rail, so to speak, that you might be touching. But again, it's taking a risk. And I think that's why I like this episode so much, because, it's not your typical early episodic or early serialized television fare, where, oh, you learn about this person. Sure, we learned about the Minbari ambassador, but you're learning way more about this, a very vital, very kind of contentious piece of information as far as like the afterlife. And they didn't shy away from it. They went full bore into it. They explained the whole thing. They established canonically a lot of what the Soul Hunter does, what the Minbari do when they think of death. All of these things that are possibilities that now, even in episode 2, they have to carry through with all of this. They said in a series of events, where you had, okay, so when the Soul Hunters show up, people take off. You lied to one of the Soul Hunters if you're Sinclair. Oh, who knows what happened to all that. And again, you don't know how the Soul Hunters themselves are going to look at this, especially when you say you're not allowed on Babylon 5. Okay, but if they have an assignment that's going to take them to Babylon 5, I can't imagine them even listening to like this edict, this, no-fly zone that Sinclair put up. It's just a really interesting bit of information that could be very, antagonistic, very, confounding, cause a lot of conflict later if this is something that is kind of like just teetering, that they set this top spinning in episode 2, and at some point it's going to topple over. This isn't Inception, I don't think. Then, again, interesting stuff, because you're taking a big leap in episode 2. We're going to give you a ton of information that we, the creatives, are going to have to honor for the rest of the run of this series. Badass type of stuff. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel because it allows me to alert you next time we go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do, Babylon 5 included, that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now, as is our purview here on the channel, we have to say goodbye from someplace in this episode. And friends, I say we say goodbye from, as we can be anywhere we want to be. We're the Greek chorus. We can be visible, we can be invisible, but we play an important role as we are the ones that watch the tale and then spread the tale's strength to others to engage and enjoy it. So as we're there, where would I put us? I put us in the Minbari ambassador's room as she is kind of breaking the soul spheres and letting and releasing these souls. And the question that we don't have answered, we can assume, but the question we don't have answered for sure is, does she or did she break the soul of the soul hunter? Or did she keep it? Because friends, if she broke it, that tells us one thing. If she kept it, that tells us something very different about her character. Until such time as it's revealed or not, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.